Hello, hello. Happy Friday. So today I wanted to give you some tips on stemware, and I wanted to share with you like my three like go-tos in terms of what stems I like to use and why I like to use them. So let me know if you have questions. Let me know if you have favorite types of stemware or anything like that. Because really the stems that you use for your wine have a good impact actually. So let's get into it. I see Facebook users saying Friday, Friday. So if you are watching inside the Virtual Wine Tasting Room Facebook group, you do have to give StreamYard permission so I can like see who you are. So just go ahead and do that. If not, if I didn't put the link in there, sorry about that. We can check on that a little bit later. But definitely make sure that you turn that on later on. Oh. Trying to like double check who's saying hi. Hey Justin, how you doing? All right, let me know what kind of wine you enjoy drinking most, and I will tell you what stems I would recommend that you use for it. So, for those who might not know who I am, let me introduce myself. Nice to meet you. I am Tiara, aka T, the Wine Diva. And I have worked in the wine industry for over 5 years, and a big part of that is drinking a whole lot of wine so I can be able to easier help you find the wines that are best going to suit your palates. Okay. I love what I do. I think it's amazing to rep for a winery and have it be so simple to just have wine shipped easily and effortlessly to your home, especially during these cray-cray COVID times. All right. So let's get down to it. Let's talk about the different ones. And I'm actually going to just like go up I don't know, what do you call it? The levels, the stair steps, if you will. So first things first, I'm going to talk to you about this guy here, which is a champagne flute. Okay, so basically, the bowl shape can change a little bit differently, slightly, but basically anything that really kind of tapers off at the top and it looks just a little bit smaller than your traditional wine glass is probably going to be a champagne flute, and you're going to want to use that when you're, of course, drinking champagne or sparkling wine, anything that's got like bubbles, effervescence in there. And the main reason for that is because it gives the least amount of surface area exposure to air. The more air that you have, like if you were to use like this kind of glass for your champagne, all your bubbles are going to just like kind of like go off in the ether. So that's why you want to use a champagne flute for your bubbles. Now, if you're someone like me who kind of like sips a little quickly, it's not that big of a deal if you use the wrong glass. But if you want to be like proper with it and all that good stuff, champagne flute is the way to go. Now, the next thing, and this is like, especially if you have like limited space, I highly recommend just if you were like, I only need one type of stems, this is all I need, universal stem. A universal stem is the way to go for that because it's, like the name says, universal. So you can really use it with anything and everything. It's got a big enough bowl that it's fine for red wine. It's also small enough and tapered enough that you can use it with like your champagne or your white wine. It's just, easy, all in one, all inclusive wine glass. So I love having these on hand. Super great, super simple. There you go. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. And then finally, you've got your what people will call a burgundy glass or your red wine glass. This is called a bistro stem. If you go to my winedivatira.com website, that's what you're looking for. And this has just like that really huge, big bowl. It gives optimum surface area opportunity so your wine can breathe. It can connect with oxygen and have a good time with the oxygen and allow it to open up and really showcase its best flavor profile. Okay. Bistro stems are pretty elegant. Yes, they are, honey. That they are. I love them. And this one in particular can hold almost an entire bottle of wine. So, it is what it is. Now, a little bit of like tips on what to make sure that your wine glasses are made out of. So yes, glass typically is what you're going to be looking at, and that's exactly what you typically get at a lot of stores. You go to like IKEA, you go to Cost Plus World Market, all of that good stuff. It's typically going to be a glass stem, which is totally fine, easy to break, of course, but a little bit like more sturdy than your crystal stemware. And I want to just say now that crystal is the best. If you want like luxury, if you want to like really elevate your wine experience, your dining experience, rather than just leaving it in that really pretty hutch that you just have on display, pull out the crystal stems and use it. It actually has components in there that will open up the wine even more and allow you to get even more flavor out of your glasses of wine, especially when you're drinking like a big bold red. Having a crystal stem and a crystal decanter really just helps to elevate and just bring out those flavors. It's really crazy. Like I've definitely done a side by side, the same exact wine from the same exact bottle, opened at the right, that same time, because it's the same bottle, and poured into the same glass in like two different glasses, and then I would drink one, drink the other, and there was definitely a noticeable difference in how just like bright and beautiful and luscious the flavor was out of the crystal over the glass. Can you get crystal stems in each type of glass? Yes, you can. Great question, Justin. You can totally get crystal in all of the different things, especially, so if you go to winedivatr.com, all of our stemware is crystal, and then it's like titanium tempered. So I've definitely thrown these guys in the dishwasher many a time, and they come out fine. So it's awesome sauce. Great to sip on, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now, if you have like children or a Justin or, maybe like elevate them a little bit, like make sure that they stay high up, that they're not super, super easy to grab if you're concerned about them breaking. But for the most part, they're pretty sturdy, pretty easy to take care of and handle. So those are my little tips for your stemware. All the other different things, I feel like I did a post earlier, if you guys saw it, and so there was like 5 different styles of glassware, and I believe the first one on the left was kind of like a short little staunch, look like a wine glass, but I would say that's more of a water glass in my opinion. And so just random things to think about. Stemless glasses, there is nothing wrong with stemless glasses. I think they are super easy and like effortless to like have on hand. They're easy to wash in the dishwasher. However, something to take note of is when you are, and you can do this with your stems as well, if you are holding your glass by the bowl, your body temperature is going into that glass, right? So it is actually warming up your wine. So if you are someone that's going to hold their glass the entire time you're sipping, be cognizant of that. And that's the main reason why stems are so great, is that you can just hold it by the stem and not by the bowl, and you're not like heating up your wine, right? All right, so let me know if you have any other questions. Definitely drop them in the chat box below. One more question. If you pick one type of glass, which should you spend the most on, or get a fancy crystal one? Crystal all the way. Like if you're going to get like fancy with anything, I would say red wine. If it's made for red wine, if you're enjoying red wine, especially if you're a big bold red drinker, like go for the big with the reds, just because, I mean, it's like the price point of a bottle. Like typically your white wine is cheaper than your red wine. It's just red wine typically takes longer to produce, to ferment. It has a little bit more extra love and attention that needs to go into it, and that's why the price point's different. Same goes for your stemware. So like put a little bit more extra love and attention to your red wine stemware. Next down would be your champagne or sparkling wine, and that's a whole other competition. But yes, okay, so let me know if you have any other questions. Go in on the red. That's right. You're welcome for the tips. I hope you have an awesome sauce rest of your Friday, and I will actually be going live tomorrow at noon Pacific time. I don't plan on leaving the apartment tomorrow, so I should be like on time this time. And with that, I'll be helping you build a case of wine and giving you 12 different options to take a look at, check out, and see what would fit your palate. So I'm excited to do this live sale tomorrow. I don't think I've actually done like a full sale before. So super excited. Just know they're coming your way if you do decide to hop on and take a part of that. So I will see you tomorrow, noon Pacific time. That is, what is that? 10 Central Standard Time, and nope, wrong direction. That is 2 Central Standard Time and 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So see you tomorrow. Love you lots. Cheers.